Welcome back to episode 26
Oh my
of the Planet Film Show. Whatever you want to call it, Planet Film
Oh,
Podcast,
it does do that.
Planet
That's
Film
weird.
Show.
Okay,
Does
real
what?
quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
So actually, Danielle brought this up the other day. So like the intro doesn't. You have to refresh it. Like if you're sitting on waiting for the countdown, you have to refresh the stream for it to go. I don't know if that's.
I think that's
whatever
just
that
a
is,
YouTube thing.
Gotcha.
I think
Okay.
that's just how YouTube does it because it'll be like,
Wow, I'm looking at the stream and I already look way better.
oh yeah. For those who haven't noticed, TJ, you want to go give your little update to your setup there? Very important update.
I got a new webcam. It's a Logitech again, but it's better. I don't know. I don't remember how much is this. 160. Maybe?
What?
Wasn't that? How much did you buy this for?
How much did you buy it for?
I don't know. Let me look at my Amazon history.
I paid $270 for it in the peak of the pandemic.
I definitely did not pay $270.
Oh my god.
I got off Amazon for. Sorry for my key typing. If I can remember my password to Amazon.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe
I turned off my microphone to sip my water, but then
Uh,
I almost spat out my water when I heard how much he paid.
Hold on. Let me look on my app. Sorry.
I definitely paid well over $250.
Yeah, I definitely did not pay close to that.
Bro.
I
Well, I
paid-
mean, you remember when we were looking at webcams and stuff in the
drum
earlier
roll,
part of the year,
I
they were
paid-
nowhere.
$170.
Damn.
Because you got it what, like March,
I got it in like
April?
June. No, like June,
Oh, June?
I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
May
so
or
it's like
June.
peak pandemic.
Yeah, there was nothing.
All right.
All the Logitechs
Anyway.
were completely sold out.
We didn't come here. Oh, Danielle was not happy with. She thought I spent that much. But anyway, this is not why you came here. You came to hear us talk about news, movie news specifically. But before we hop into that, we're gonna talk a little football because the Bills made it to the next round.
Go Bills!
So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna give a little spiel every week for about 10, 15 minutes until they lose. So this could be the last one. So this past week, did you watch it or were you at work? Or did you not watch?
I was at work, but due to busyness, I watched the game.
Gotcha.
Due
Okay.
to lack of busyness, I should say.
It was a nail biter. I was very nervous because the one thing, I don't know if I said it last week, the one thing the Colts do pretty well is run the ball, and the one thing we suck at is stopping the run. So Josh Allen, he came in hot, 3 total touchdowns, about 378 total yards.
Woo.
And was able to get us the win because the defense really could not stop the Colts, whether it was them running the ball or their tight ends. Their wide receivers we didn't have a problem with. It was their tight end. Their two tight ends running kept screwing us, where we'd get them on 3rd and 8 or whatever, and we couldn't force them to punt.
Sorry, everybody.
So
I was just trying to. I thought my chat broke, but I didn't have the chat window open. I was looking at the Streamlabs chat. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. So this coming week we have the Baltimore Ravens coming to Buffalo.
People did not think that we were going to be playing them. They thought it would be the Steelers, right? Weren't the Steelers the favorite?
Sean, oh my lord, Daniel could tell.
How much money did you lose?
No, none. I was yelling at my TV on Sunday night because I was like, "Oh, we're gonna play." I did not want to see the Ravens. I do not want to play them. I wanted to play the Steelers because we beat them earlier in the year. And if you watch the Browns Steelers game this Sunday, Steelers not good.
Yeah.
They got smacked like 54, 56 to 20, whatever it was. So the Steelers could not hold up their end of the bargain. So we get the Ravens. And the one thing the Ravens are better at than the Colts is running the ball. And again, we suck at stopping the run. And Lamar Jackson played out of his mind this past weekend. He's not like a Josh Allen stand in the pocket, throw the ball. He might be top 3, top 2 fastest players in the league. Where if he sees an opening, he's taking it, he's going to the end zone.
Really?
The only I'm still afraid every time Josh Allen throws the ball. He's shown enough, I feel like, that I trust him to put up and especially this offense, I trust them to put up 30 points. Which that's one thing I don't know if the Ravens can do is I don't know if they can score. If we put up 35, 40 points, I don't know if they can score that much.
Yeah.
Because running the ball, even though it's as efficient as they are as running the ball, Lamar Jackson isn't the best thrower, so you almost want to force him to throw.
Okay.
But this should be an interesting game. I'm very nervous. It's if we lose, I will.
And Saturday night for the boys, right? Saturday night,
8:15, I think it is.
Yeah. If you are local to this, the Transit Drive-In will be showing the game for free? ? Is that what I saw on Facebook? I think it said it was a free event.
Did they do were they very vague with the teams where they go, oh, the team with the bird on the helmet and the team with the buffalo on the helmet?
Oh, because isn't it they can't technically do it or something?
Like that.
Yeah, I know that's why nobody except for the NFL and the station carrying it can call it the Super Bowl. Even commercials and stuff, it's the big game. Get ready for the big game, that kind of thing. Okay, yeah, he can't charge for the games. Yeah, that makes sense because it's just basically it's probably just got YouTube TV thrown up on the projectors.
Probably, yeah.
Which is smart. Yeah, man, go Bills all the way. It was definitely a nail biter. I mean, you could talk. I mean, our mutual friend Travis that I work with, he was the whole day. He was just the whole time I was watching. He was like, I won't do an impression. I won't do the impression. I won't call him out. But he was like, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose that game. You know that. And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, everybody's all crazy that we're going straight to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I didn't say that we're going straight to the Super Bowl. But they are playing like nobody's business. And he's like, I don't want the Bills to win. They don't deserve to win. And I'm like, they put in the work.
It was tough to see us score 27 when the previous week we scored 55.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a tough game. I think the Bills can come out on top, but it's going to be a close one. In my personal opinion, because their defense is pretty good too.
And then what do we got? We got this game against the Ravens, and then after that is the championship game, then the Super Bowl. Yeah. Right. So we're 2 games away. We're this one,
correct?
Another one, and then it would be the Super Bowl.
Then the Super Bowl. Yeah.
It's a steep route. It's a steep hill to climb, but I think they could do it.
I'm calling it right now.
Whoa, Danielle doxing Travis's ethnicity or not ethnicity, citizenship, nationality. Wow. Okay.
Upset alert. I think it's a possibility that the Browns beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs have basically played football.
Who everybody's been like, I hope we don't play them.
Yeah, but the Chiefs have not really their starters haven't really played in 2.5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And they haven't won by a very large margin in a long time. In 6 or 7 games. They've all been within a score. Mm-hmm. Whereas they've usually blow teams out. But yeah. I don't know.
All right, question for you. Last question on the Planet Sports here. Which who knows? Okay. Who knows? We got some people that I think maybe that show. Maybe that could be the fourth. Maybe that could be the fourth Brady ring on our fingers. You know what I mean? We got the film, hero, council, and sports. Yeah. Reality can be whatever I want. You know how it goes.
Oh my lord.
Oh, Super Bowl Bills versus Packers. That's what I'm seeing. People have.
Yeah. Packers are good.
What's it called? Okay, so this is a question that I would have think the answer would have been clear earlier in the season, which would be yes. Do you think at all, looking back, if the Bills win this Super Bowl, or I guess whoever wins the Super Bowl, but especially if the Bills win this Super Bowl, do you think people will look back and say, oh, well, it was such a weird season, there was people that didn't play, I feel like earlier in the season, I would have said that would happen, earlier when there was whole teams that were like, oh, we can't play this week. Oh, we got to push it. Like, when it was just craziness, I feel like people would be like, okay, whoever comes out on top of this is a mess. But I feel like since then, it's been constant football every week. I think it's been a pretty normal season other than those few weeks.
Like, the NFL has, they've postponed, actually, they haven't really postponed the game. They haven't missed the game. They've moved it like a day.
Yeah.
Like a few times this year.
Yeah, like I remember that one game moved from like a Sunday to a Tuesday. And then it
which
was
like affected our game. And then,
that's what I really mean. Yeah.
But like, because I think we played on Tuesday night one of the weeks. But like, I don't think you can, considering like teams have gone through, like every team's going through the same thing, but teams have, like the Browns, I don't know if you know this, they like didn't have their head coach on Sunday. What? They didn't have multiple players. They didn't have some assistants, and they still won. So it's like, obviously, teams that are affected by COVID can still win. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's like we didn't have blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody's really making excuses. So, I don't know. I don't think any sport, if you win a championship in 2020, should have an asterisk, because they're all going through the same thing. So.
It's not like the Astros, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're not cheating.
Not gonna have that asterisk. Find out Josh Allen and Sean McDermott learned sign language. Anyways. Oh,
quick call out, by the way.
Yeah,
if anybody that's listening to this, anybody at all, if you find a Color Rush, which is the Bills red jersey, Stephon Diggs extra large, please contact me with the link, because
please hit
the Diggs jerseys are sold out in general, and Color Rush, I don't know where to get them. So if anybody can find one, I
would not mind an all red, Allen jersey. I don't know. I love the all red. They need.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, that's the best look. That's the best look. Also, I saw on their Twitter, a helmet that was like all black with like a little like a trace outline of the logo. That was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on. So as we said, new year, new look for the channel, for the shows. Very soon, we're still working out with Donald to see what his schedule is, what his schedule is, in terms of Planet Hero. If honestly, I mean, at this point, if Donald can't do it, any of the weeks, I'm sure TJ would be able to fill in, because now my schedule is a lot more open. And TJ doesn't, TJ's got a pretty normal, Monday to Friday schedule. So a weekend show like Planet Hero is something that, me and TJ can definitely work out now. So, we'll keep you posted on that. But, Wanda Vision is starting in, gosh, can you believe we're only 3 days away?
That was fast.
We're only 3 days away. Wow. Oh, so you know what? You want to hear something even better?
Okay.
I don't go back to work until the day after WandaVision starts. Can't wait.
So Saturday?
Yeah, I don't work again until Saturday. Great. It's great.
Wow.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our main topic of today. Like we said, new year, new kind of style of the show. But before we do, we want to make sure that everybody is getting these videos as much as they possible. We want to be building the community and expanding our net. So please, everybody, go ahead and make sure that you are following us on both Twitter and Instagram. We took out the underscore on the Instagram page. So now on all social media platforms, we're just at Planet Film Pod. All one word, spelled just like, just like you see down here with the word pod at the end. At Planet Film Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure that you are following us there. And please, you guys, share this. That little curved arrow on the bottom of the YouTube videos. Click that. Share it wherever you want. Just get as many eyes on this as possible. Post it to your Snapchat story. I don't care. Get as many eyes on this video as possible. And everybody who's watching right now, I can see you guys out there. We can see you. There's 6 of you. There's 6 of you. Oh, now there's 7 of you. There are 7 of you watching this. Oh, jeez. There's 7 of you watching this. I only see 3 people in chat. That math doesn't add up. Get in chat. Get part of the conversation. Like the video. comment if you're watching this on the replay, which welcome to the replay. We're live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be part of the live chat as well. But comments are obviously welcome. Like this video, share this video, and be a member of the live chat. Everybody, I want to see your names. I want you to give a shout out in the chat. Make yourself heard. If you're on a mobile device, if you're on your TV, figure it out. You guys can do this. I know you can. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Oh, and also with the new overlay, both my name and TJ's name permanently on the corners with our Twitter handles. So if you guys ever want to find us personally, they're always down there now, because that was a big thing that, you know, we always forgot to do last season, which this is, by the way, officially season 2. We announced that last week. We always would forget. We would plug the podcast socials, but never our own. Or at least we would do it right at the last second. So now they're always there, at least. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. As you guys can see from the title of the video, today we are going to be kind of breaking down the future of the MCU, both, I hesitate to even say on television, both on streaming and in the theatrical. Now you might be saying, well, wouldn't this be a better topic for Planet Hero? Yes, it would be a great topic for Planet Hero, but Planet Hero is coming back this weekend with a review of the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. That will be this weekend at some time. Make sure you're following us on the socials to get that firm time for when it's going to be. And then, yeah, she said, geez, from your background, it looks like you need to do a Planet Funko. Yeah, probably. There is one Funko Pop video on this channel, Funko Pop shopping during a pandemic, that you guys can go and watch. It's very, very interesting. But yeah, so make sure that you guys are following us on there, because we don't have the time nailed down. Like I said, we're just trying to work out scheduling with Donald. If Donald can't be on it, it's most likely going to be live at some point on, what would I say? Maybe, I don't know. We'll work on it. We'll let you guys know. But it will be live, and it will be this weekend. We'll figure it out at some point. We'll probably chat about it after the show. But, so you might say, you know, this would be a great Planet Hero conversation, but there's so much news. I hesitate to even say news. Just kind of like tidbit announcements that our Lord and Savior, Kevin Feige, has been dropping the last couple of days. Well, really yesterday in particular. He kind of went off on the WandaVision press day, which was yesterday. And people were just asking him questions left and right. So let's just go ahead and start right away. Now, a lot of these are important to a lot of different fans for different reasons. So I won't say, you know, what's more important than the other ones, but kind of the biggest announcement, I would say, or the one that we've been waiting to hear on the most, is that Kevin Feige has officially yesterday, and then later it was confirmed by the actor himself, confirmed that Deadpool will in fact be inside the MCU and will be R-rated. So the character of Deadpool, the 3rd film in that franchise, will be set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, Deadpool's own little spin on it, obviously. But will be set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It will be rated R. And the script is underway. He said the script is very much underway, but it will not begin to shoot this year. It'll begin to shoot next year. Probably, if I had to guess, Deadpool 3, maybe 2023, probably. If I had to guess. So, and then like I said, it then was very quickly confirmed by actually multiple cast members, namely Ryan Reynolds, obviously. Then a lot of MCU actors were retweeting it and, you know, celebrating it. And then also the actor who plays Colossus in the Deadpool films.
Oh, okay.
Also, he just retweeted it and did like the sunglasses emoji. So I don't know if he's just like, that's cool, but I'm not in it. Or if he's just or if he's like, you guys are going to love it. And I'm definitely in it. Who knows? We'll probably know in 2 years. So what are your thoughts on this? What are your initial thoughts? Now, we did talk about this very early on in Planet Film. Can't remember what episode, but, you know, big conversation earlier in the year was well, maybe it'll be R-rated, but maybe it won't be within the MCU. Or maybe it'll be in the MCU, but they're just going to have it be PG-13. Now we're getting absolutely having our cake and eating it too in the MCU and rated R. Coming straight from Kevin Feige himself. What are your thoughts?
Well, it better be rated R, because you can't go from making 2 rated R to not making the third one rated R. I'm not surprised that your guess is probably right in the ballpark, like 2023, in that area. Ryan Reynolds, I assume they haven't like confirmed. You'd have to assume that he's coming back, right? Because that's kind of like that's like his baby, I'm sure he would feel slighted if they recast the character. The Colossus guy, I don't know the actor's name, but that's cool that he retweeted that. Yeah. I want to see Negasonic Teenage Warhead too. I don't know her name, the actress' name. But yeah, this could be an introduction. They talked about Fantastic Four, not mutants. So this could be the introduction then, I guess. I'm assuming he'd probably talk about that eventually. I'm excited though.
That's actually our next story. Do you want to just segue right into that?
Perfect.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So again, with yesterday's Wanda Vision press day, Kevin Feige has said, we'll get to that chat in a second that just came through. Kevin Feige has said that Marvel Studios and himself has a very good feeling where and when the mutants will make their debut in the MCU. So literally going right off the back of what you just said. So obviously, Deadpool I think is kind of an exception. He clearly in this is talking about, the X-Men. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you have any guesses of when it would be? Clearly I would say it would be like phase 5, because phase 4 seems to be pretty full up.
What, like when they'll appear?
Yeah, like if you just had to throw out, do you think like 2025? You think 2025 maybe?
I assume he has I want to think that he has like a 10-year plan. Like from now. Like he's filled up his plan from one of the first
that's another one right here. This is another one that he came out with that actually I just thought it was such a small piece. I didn't put it in the show notes, but actually Feige's got your back on that one too. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige says that he very much has a plan in place for the MCU up through 2029.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to think it's like that scene from Always Sunny with Charlie and he's got all the tacks all over the board, and
that's just Kevin Feige all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, but I mean, you think about it, dude. He at Comic-Con of 2007, this man sat at a table, and at the Iron Man Comic-Con panel, it was him. I don't even think Downey Jr. was there. It was him and Jon Favreau basically, and that was it.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, and they were like, yeah, well, eventually, what we want to do is we want to kind of make these different films with these different characters. And then Kevin Feige was like, and just like when you're a kid, you want to throw all the action figures together. We're hoping to build this into like maybe some point down the road an Avengers movie. And it's like he had that in his head in 2007, a year before the first Iron Man came out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like, I sure hope this becomes something.
Exactly. And now it's like the most it is the most successful film franchise of all time. It's freaking insane. What are we at? 24 movies, and then soon, more TV shows. I mean, you could count Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but, more streaming TV shows. It's freaking insane. All right. So next up, so we think maybe for the X-Men, like I would say phase 5, like 2025. Honestly, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. I would think, honestly, I would come right out the gate with the X-Men.
I think you either see them in Deadpool or you get there's a nod to it in the movie, or there's a post.
Oh yeah, scene. I think absolutely. Now I'm talking about a mutant or an X-Men movie in 2025 appearing in the MCU in a movie in a post-credit scene way before that. way before that. That's like you're talking 2023, maybe even next year, maybe even this year. Maybe that's part of WandaVision is that, maybe they're like, well, guess what, Wanda, you're not just a thing of the stones. You weren't just created through the stones. You actually have this gene in you that actually made these powers manifest. You and your brother had it, that kind of thing. And there have, they reported months and months ago that Evan Peters is in WandaVision in an undisclosed role. I mean,
wasn't there somebody that was also just came out that they're in WandaVision in an undisclosed role?
There are so many. It is, oh my God, her name is escaping me. Girl from Buffy.
I don't know her name.
Not like Sarah Michelle Gellar, but
not Buffy.
A side character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of people are speculating, actually, going off of what we just said with Wanda and Pietro's origins. A lot of people are speculating that actress might be playing their mother in a flashback.
Oh, okay.
Which I think would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be great. Which actually, if you remember, when we first did the breakdown of the WandaVision trailer, or did the first reaction to it, I said, I think it would be cool if those two people that they're at dinner with, the mom from that 70s show and then the other guy, I was like, what if that's like an Americana version of Wanda's parents? You know what I mean? I said that right from the trailer, and I was like, maybe that's like Wanda's manifestation of her parents in like her reality type thing. And then maybe this girl's playing her actual mother in a real life flashback. Cause you know what I mean? Cause she's brought Vision back from the dead. She's idealizing things. She's making this perfect, happy little family for herself. That's just, speculation thoughts, you know what I mean? But I think either way, it'd be really cool.
You want to lead that in, skipping like the next two screenshots we have on this doc? Do you want to lead that into the showtime runtimes? The show runtimes? Since we're on WandaVision, so
yeah, definitely. Absolutely, yeah. And then we can just circle back around to these ones. All right, because we can kind of do those two with the last one, because it's kind of has to do with asking about Feige's schedule. So basically, again, Feige also revealed, which this is crazy. I mean, one of the biggest.
What? Was this one interview?
It was a WandaVision press day. So it was like, it was like, think of like a junket, right? Where the reporters come into the room.
Virtual on Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a virtual on Zoom. There was 10 minutes with, all these different places. So Frosty
gives one outlet,
Frosty
one
from
Collider,
like Frosty from Collider actually got this one. This was a Frosty one. Was the episode information, again with a couple of the other ones too. But yeah, Brandon Davis at comicbook.com, who I'm somebody if you want to be on the know or just have funny stuff from like junkets or just somebody who really really likes geeky nerd stuff and film, definitely follow Brandon Davis. I think it's just at BD or something like that. But yeah, he got some of that too. It's just basically it's just Kevin Feige sitting down for hours on end just giving out information to different outlets. Basically, that's what this day was yesterday. That's why there's so much information. And this information here is awesome. And like I was going to say, it's so crazy to me that we found out the episode lengths for Mandalorian, basically when the season ended. We were like, oh, maybe they're starting to edge into 45 minutes. But then they were like, nope, just kidding. It's it's 42 is the longest. It went, Mandalorian was 30, 31, 38. 43, 27.
I remember the disappointment when we were watching Clone Wars, the last 4 episodes were only especially the 25
last
minutes.
Yeah, especially the very last episode, which was only what was it? It was only 21 minutes. So it was 19 minutes of actual story. And we were like, how the hell are you going to do this? And then we were bawling our eyes out and crying sweaty tears, but what Dave Filoni can do with 19 minutes is why I will never complain about a Mandalorian episode length. And I will never complain about an Ahsoka show episode length, any of that. Trust in Dave Filoni and trust in Kevin Feige always. All right, so the episode lengths. Now, these are interesting because really what this says to me is all of these shows are going to be the same runtime. They're just kind of broken up differently. And you guys will see what we mean in a second. So, and he broke it all down, which is so helpful. And it's also another thing that's nice to set the correct expectation for your audience. I'm not saying that Mandalorian suffered because of it. I'm not saying that it was a worse show because we didn't know how long it was going to be. I'm just saying, it's just something that's nice to know. You know what I mean? Because streaming shows are kind of all over the place. Okay, cool. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, he said that is going to be described as a mini series. So that is going to be 40 to 50 minute episodes every single week, and it will be 6 episodes long. They said Loki, again, is being described as a multi-season miniseries because Falcon and Winter Soldier, they refer to as an event series. Loki,
multi-season.
So Falcon and Winter Soldier, they refer to that as an event series. Loki, they always say season 1 of Loki. They always say season 1 of Loki. And then... So season 1 of Loki will again be 40 to 50 minutes, 6 episodes. And then again, I think what they're referring to as an event series, Moon Knight, which also was kind of confirmed, kind of not confirmed that Oscar Isaac is officially in Moon Knight. I think it's pretty official. I just think Disney hasn't officially announced it. That'll be another 40 to 50 minute 6 episode one. And then again, with the referring to season 1, She-Hulk, they said season 1 of She-Hulk will be 30 minutes long and 10 episodes, because that one is being described as basically a courtroom procedural, like comedy, basically, or dramedy, I would say, like an action comedy.
You said Moon Knight was it was described as the event, right? Is that what you said?
I think so. Event? Yeah, I haven't seen anywhere I haven't really seen it described anywhere as either one. But with Oscar Isaac being the main role, and the character of Moon Knight being such a big character going forward, I would think that would be an event series, because I haven't seen it directly referred to as an event series, but I have never seen it referred to as season 1 of Moon Knight.
Like having She-Hulk is like another season. Like you have one, it's more like, because like 30 minutes, like 10 episodes doesn't surprise me because it's a new character. You may want to flesh the character out more. But like Moon Knight, I thought you were gonna say like, oh, it's like, I expected Moon Knight to be the length of She-Hulk in the same format, whereas Loki and Falcon Winter Soldier make more sense because you know who the characters are, and you know them. You've known them for how many years already, so you don't have to do as much work.
This is my question. So go back several Comic-Cons ago. Maybe it was even like D23. Oh crap! You know what? It was D23 the night that we were in Toronto. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Same night that they announced Ewan was coming back. I swear to you, they said WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Think of these as 6-hour movies. That I swear to you that WandaVision was lumped into that. I bet you, dude. I bet you that when WandaVision had that break, because they were filming WandaVision up until like a month ago. Like they were, really? You remember there was like set pictures of them in like magicians' outfits, like walking around like a month ago, like the end of or mid-December. I think they added more episodes to WandaVision because it's 9 episodes now. And they originally, and no other show is 9 episodes. And they've already, because press got access to the first 3 episodes of WandaVision this past week. So press has already seen the first 3 episodes of WandaVision.
Disney, if you're listening to this, send us the episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, we got an audience. Like, what the hell? I've given you so much money over the years. Just look at all those. That's all. Just so you guys know, that
those are all
whole
Disney?
thing. No, that's not just all Disney, dude.
Oh.
All those right there is half of my Star Wars ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? There we go. Yeah. So they are all Disney, but that's all Star Wars, and that's only half of my Star Wars ones. Actually, it's actually organized. Bottom layer is Rebels. Second layer is Clone Wars. Top layer is Mandalorian. And then all the movie Star Wars ones are over here. That's just the TV Star Wars. But yeah, we really should have a Planet Funko show. Or maybe a one-off. But yeah, I think it's very interesting. I think obviously the one that stands out to me the most is She-Hulk. I think the idea of having that kind of be like a 30-minute procedural, you know what I mean? Almost like a network show.
I'm just picturing Better Call Saul.
Oh my God,
obviously
exactly. And like, how amazing would it be if she's literally just a superhero attorney? You know what I mean? Just she's an attorney for superheroes that like maybe we could have, maybe there could be, you know, oh my God, I'm like blowing my mind. So assuming obviously somehow probably at the end of Wanda Vision is alive again, or maybe it's further down, maybe at the end of Doctor Strange 2 Vision's alive again. Like I just imagine it's like Vision's on his way to stop a bank robbery and some old lady is suing Vision because he walked through one of the walls of her living room to get to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you're suing the Vision for invasion of privacy, and like that's an episode. Like
I'm just picturing,
that would
like,
be so funny.
Not as grotesque, but the first episode of The Boys when the A-Train just runs through Hugh's girlfriend,
Robin,
like the first 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like, or like if the Hulk like stepped on somebody's mailbox. Like that's what I want this show to be. I want this. I mean, I'm sure, you know, Jennifer Walters is going to have her own, you know, storyline. Storyline and stuff, obviously. Overarching. And actually Hulk, by the way, obviously being, because she's Bruce Banner's cousin, they already said Mark Ruffalo was going to be in that show. But yeah, like I would just love stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that would just, like Spider-Man accidentally didn't catch a cat in time and the cat died or something. You know what I mean? Like, so like somebody's suing him because they're like, you were supposed to help me. Like I would just, oh my God, I would love that as this show so much. I'm sure it'll be a little bit more serious than that, but I would just love that. Okay, so moving on, more talk of the TV shows. So we got a lot more information, a ton more information on the Secret Invasion show. Now this is of course the Skrull show, based on the humongous Skrulls comic book run in I believe it was, I don't even want to say the decade because I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong if I try to remember right now. But it was a huge storyline from the comics where it was revealed, if you guys don't remember, Captain Marvel film, the Skrulls are the shape-shifting aliens. They can look like anybody. And basically the comic book storyline of Secret Invasion revealed that many of the characters that we know and love were actually Skrulls the whole time, that their bodies had been replaced with Skrull agents, basically. And it wasn't even just the heroes, it was just the world as a whole. Yeah. And so basically, Kevin Feige has released new information about it. Basically, he chose a series over a film to do something different than they've done before. So basically, you know, he wanted to do this storyline, but he wanted to show that, you know, these...
You don't want it to be compacted into 2 hours. You want to expand it.
No, exactly. You want to expand it. And also, it's one of those things where, you know, you don't want it to just be like, all these big stories have to be told in movies. It's like, no, we can take something as huge and big scope as Secret Invasion and put it on the small screen and get just as much impact, which is what he says right here, which is, he said it won't match the scope of the comic. So it's not going to be half of the Avengers or Skrulls. It's going to be a smaller amount of characters, but he said it's going to make for a more, basically a more impactful and emotional story. He's very interested in the political paranoia aspect of it, basically. So what does this do, to the government, that they're like, well, God, we don't know who could be Skrulls and who are real people. Like, how are we supposed to know? And he also said specifically he's very excited to showcase both Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn off together, because they're freaking chemistry.
As long as Ben Mendelsohn doesn't sound like he has rocks in his mouth again.
Yeah,
it didn't really bother me, but I know a lot of people had a problem with that.
Yeah,
how he was talking.
Like the chemistry between, which is so weird to say because technically they don't ever have screen time together. But they do, but rarely. But you know what I mean. The chemistry between them in Captain Marvel, and then again the chemistry between the two of them. Spoiler alert, in Spider-Man Far From Home. Is just so funny. A show with the two of them together. I cannot wait. I wonder if Ben Mendelsohn's character Talos, I wonder if his wife will be back. She was the one that was again, spoiler alert for Spider-Man Far From Home. She was the one that was acting like Maria Hill. She was the Maria Hill fill-in in that movie. But yeah, I just think those two characters, and again, it's like, you have this character of Nick Fury who we've known since 2008, and now we find out, oh yeah, well, when he showed up in 2008, what you didn't know is he's had this 20-year friendship with this shape-shifting Australian guy. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What? And then Kevin Feige's like, yeah, here's 10 hours explaining what it means. Here's 10 hours of them together. I cannot wait for that. Okay, so here's one that will definitely, I think, be a bigger conversation. So Kevin Feige has said that some of the Spider-Man 3 casting rumors and storyline rumors are shockingly close, but some of it doesn't match at all. So he said some of it is completely fake. What are your thoughts on this? What parts of it do you think are real? And what parts do you think are fake?
Well, first of all, I know Tom Holland tweeted a date. I think it was today, which I actually don't think it's Spider-Man. I think it's for Uncharted. I think it's like a trailer.
Same.
I think that Toby and Andrew is true. I think the Daredevil thing is not true. I just don't think that they would. They haven't. Have they mentioned that at all ever? They might. I feel like they haven't.
I think that's too good to be true.
Yeah.
I think the Charlie Cox thing is too good to be true.
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx thing, the Electro thing, I believe that. I believe the Alfred Molina thing. What are the other? What else was there? Was there anything else other than that?
So you
also, sorry, real quick. Speaking of Spider-Man, quickly breeze over this. Isn't there a Venom 2 trailer coming out soon? Did you see that, or was that real
there
or
was
fake,
I think it was a fake video.
Okay.
So it was like a video saying that there was going to be a Venom 2 trailer at the Super Bowl. I don't think there's going to be any major trailers at the Super Bowl this year. It's a waste of money to put a date on anything. And what are you going to do? You're going to pay $20 million to do a little Venom 30-second thing and then write coming soon or coming eventually.
Now, I don't know if this was a rumor ever, but what are the odds you get a Venom cameo? Maybe at the end.
In Spider-Man 3? Oh, very high. Extremely high.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
so. I would buy into that. I'd believe that. But the Charlie Cox that, I don't believe that.
Also, we need to talk about when it comes to Spider-Man 3. Morbius got pushed from March to October.
Morbius,
which puts Morbius literally month or 2 months coming out 2 months before Spider-Man 3. I think Morbius will be in it. I think Michael Keaton we know is in Morbius.
Oh, I keep forgetting he's in that.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson we know is going to be in Morbius. We know J. Jonah Jameson is going to be in Venom 2. I think, and we know J. Jonah Jameson is going to be in Spider-Man 3. I just honestly, I was so worried about this Sony stuff at the beginning, but I'm one of those people, I didn't mind Venom. I would even say I liked Venom. I am honestly, I was more impressed by the Morbius trailer than I thought I was going to be. And you guys know how much, TJ especially knows how much I do not care for Jared Leto. But I was pleasantly surprised at that. So far, I'm holding my breath until this stuff starts paying off. But this Sony deal, this newer Sony deal where Tom kind of gets to play in both pools here, is very, very interesting, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I think, honestly.
Are they gonna? You think? Have there been rumors of bringing back Sandman? Or no?
Yeah, there has. Yeah, Thomas Hayden Church.
I think that's fake. I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, exactly. Here we have Shannon in the chat saying the acting in Venom was good, the writing was trash. I could agree with that. It had a very formulaic, superhero plot. But I think the acting and kind of the tone of it had a lot of promise. And then of course it ended with a traditional, two CGI blobs fighting each other. But that's the same thing. Wonder Woman ended like that. Lower tier or mid tier superhero movies have a really hard time going away from just a big CGI blob fest at the end. Like Shazam was a good example. I thought Shazam was one of the much better DC movies.
Oh yeah.
But again, Shazam could not get away from two groups of CGI characters just fighting each other at the end, and that was the battle. But yeah,
I would say 1984.
Let's just say there's a reason we didn't come back with the review of that movie. Not wonderful at all. Okay. Yeah, I just think, unfortunately, my heart hates myself for even thinking this, but I think Charlie Cox is the one that's probably not
Was that show good? I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was amazing. It was.
I didn't watch any of the Netflix MCU or.
If Marvel, they do anything with him in the future, which again, that's another thing, another small thing I didn't include in the notes, but Feige did also say, he basically said, "Hey man, I liked those shows. Never say never, to bringing them back or doing anything with them." I think if you were to bring anyone back, which again, another rumor, this wasn't from Feige or anything, but another rumor is that Kristen Ritter may be reprising the role of Jessica Jones in She-Hulk, which I think fits perfectly. You have a New York lawyer with Jessica Walters, She-Hulk, and then a New York private investigator with Jessica Jones. I think that works perfectly. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if Charlie Cox will be in this. I feel like that's a little bit too good to be true. That kind of thing. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing here, which is that Kevin Feige says, "Fear not, there will be more mainline Avengers movies at some point, just not in Phase 4. So basically, Kevin Feige is like, what was another phase? There was another phase where there was no Avengers movie. Oh no, not no Avengers movie, but basically phase 1, the Avengers was right at the end of Phase 1, and then Age of Ultron really was like almost right at the beginning of Phase 2.
What was Civil War?
Yeah, like Civil War was a year after Age of Ultron. That was Civil War was 5 years ago.
I count that as an Avengers movie. I know it's not, but it's practically pretty close to it.
Yeah. I would say in this he's talking about Avengers 5. Like he's talking Avengers : something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Avengers : another one. Like that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean that's definitely excites me. I'm very happy to hear that. Makes a lot of sense. If you want to get Endgame box office numbers, you need to start building up like Endgame. You can't just start having Marvel Avengers movies every year, or even every 2 years, or even every 5 years. You got to space them out. You got to make it work again.
Endgame was the culmination of how many movies? 25? Because it was the 26th, right?
23.
23. Oh, okay. You really need it. You got to build up again because now you've set the bar really high, and you have to somehow, in some way, surpass that, I guess, or equal it. But they've proven that we shouldn't doubt them.
Yeah. Like, I was talking to a couple days ago. I was talking to my general manager at my job, and he thinks completely that there will not be a movie like Endgame ever again. I disagree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I disagree. I think give it time. Avengers 6 or something. You know what I mean? I have total faith in terms of quality. I don't know. It'll vary movie to movie. In terms of box office, if it is quality leading up to it, it's all about laying the groundwork and laying down the story. If you can get the story right, the people will. If you build it, they will come. If you you know what I mean? They built Endgame for 10 years. We know now that there's going to be at least another 10 years probably until even there might be another 10 years until even an Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? Like it might be like 2027 or 2028 until we get an Avengers movie again. And even that movie might not be another Endgame. You know what I mean? But maybe the one after it will be. Who knows? But yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some things that Kevin Feige discussed that were not about Marvel. Well, not about Marvel, but technically about Marvel. It's about his commitment to Marvel. So, many, many, many months ago, it was rumored and then confirmed at the Disney investors call that Kevin Feige was going to be developing a Star Wars project, a Star Wars motion picture. A feature film for Star Wars at Lucasfilm. And so people have been wondering, the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka show, probably the Rebels sequel series about Grand Admiral Thrawn, pretty much everything they're doing with Grand Admiral Thrawn. They're all those live action Star Wars show. They're kind of building up Grand Admiral Thrawn to be like the Thanos of those shows, and then I think all their shows are going to combine. So people, similarities to the MCU. Kevin Feige's getting involved in Star Wars. People were like, "Oh, is he jumping ship? Is he moving companies?" And he put it to rest. He said, "Absolutely not." He said, "Star Wars has always been my first love. It's what I fell in love with as a kid. I just got the amazing opportunity with Disney to really, nurture and develop one film." So he said, "I am not moving ships. I am not moving from Marvel to Star Wars. Don't worry at all. I've always loved Star Wars, and I got this amazing opportunity to develop one film for them and, kind of make it my own." Which, first of all, props to him. He deserves the entire franchise. He deserves the entire Star Wars franchise, but he definitely deserves one movie.
What people have been saying is like, you have two very, very, very competent people that are currently showrunning Mandalorian that can easily take over the reins and do that instead of having Kevin Feige do it when he's already so engrossed in Marvel at this point. You know?
Honestly, you have the perfect. I think you have the perfect producer in Jon Favreau, and you have the perfect writer and director in Filoni. If you just elevated the two, I mean, it's tough because I don't want to see them elevated higher. I would say if anyone to run things, have it be Favreau.
Okay.
Because
he seems like more of the executive type than Dave Filoni.
And I would want Filoni working on the projects.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? I would not want Dave Filoni's talent wasted making company decisions. Favreau can do that because he is much more Hollywood, much more whatever. Filoni is through and through Star Wars. I want give Filoni everything. To John Campea, who doubted Dave Filoni as a live action director in 2018, I am a big fan of you, John. I mean, you say some weird stuff, but you were. I'm sorry. In that case, you were flat wrong. He put in his time with the animation, and sure, season 1, episode 1 of The Mandalorian, which he directed, it wasn't the best episode of the series, but it was the very first pilot. I think Dave Filoni's episode this season, The Jedi, was some of the best television I have seen all year, and some of the best Star Wars I have ever seen. Period.
Oh yeah,
End
this
of story.
second season I thought was hands down better than the first.
Yeah, and I am not talking about the fan service or the return of a fan favorite character. I'm talking about the writing and the directing of that episode.
Yeah,
Was amazing.
And as he talks about it in the new gallery episode that came out a few weeks ago, which I wish they would have done more of those, but I get why they just did one.
Yeah,
where he's talking about how he's pulling from these different inspirations. We're pulling from these Kurosawa films, and we're doing stuff that George talked to me about and things I wanted to do. And I think you're right. Like if he were to be like an executive producer on everything, overseeing everything, I think that'd be wasted talent.
Yeah.
No, exactly, and they do such a good job at bringing all these different directors with different views together.
Exactly. And also in that episode of Gallery, which if you guys don't know what we're talking about, God, the name has so many colons and it's so long. I always get it wrong, but I think it's Disney Plus Gallery Star Wars The Mandalorian. I think that's what it's called. Which basically, my theory on the Gallery show is the reason why they only did one, kind of hour and a half, 2 hour special instead of a whole season like they did last time. I think that's what they're doing going forward. I think every Disney Plus big show like that is going to get a Gallery episode. I think that's why there's so many colons, because they could do Disney Plus Gallery, Marvel Studios, WandaVision, Star Wars, Ahsoka. You know what I mean? Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett. I think
exactly. Yep.
I think the Gallery thing. I think they're setting that up. That every one of these shows, every single season, is going to get kind of a little hour and a half, 90-minute to 2 hour, look at the making of, which is amazing. I think in terms of Bob Iger's statement at the investor call of Disney Plus, their focus has always been quality over quantity. I think they absolutely nail that. Absolutely. They do such an amazing job with everything that they do over at Disney Plus. I absolutely am happy with the quality over quantity. And that being said, the quantity is not bad either. We are literally looking at a Marvel Studios produced thing every week this year. Every single week.
That's crazy.
Not yet. Starting this week when WandaVision comes out. So they didn't do the first week of the season or of the year. I'm sorry, but then last week they did Marvel Studios Legends, and then next week starts WandaVision. So we're literally looking at one Marvel Studios thing a week coming out, which is absolutely incredible. And then speaking of Marvel and Star Wars and Kevin Feige's Star Wars film, the Loki writer and showrunner Michael Waldron has been tapped to write the Kevin Feige produced Star Wars film. So Kevin Feige worked very closely with Michael Waldron. He was the writer and the showrunner on Loki. Loki season 2, it was also announced, is getting fast tracked because they were so happy with that show in particular. And as we mentioned before, Loki is one of the ones that they are referring to as a multi-season thing. So clearly Michael Waldron is somebody who they have been very happy with. Michael Waldron actually, this is part of a huge deal that he just signed with Disney, which includes, I believe they said 5 to 6 feature films, and
he's writing Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, and many Disney Plus shows. Yeah, they brought him in to basically do the touch-ups and the changes on Scott Derrickson's Doctor Strange script once Scott Derrickson left.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be more than touch-ups. If you're hiring a new writer, I'm sure it's going to be more than just touch-ups. But still, I think this is great news, clearly. I mean, they seemingly are so impressed with the Loki show that they are ready to just rock right into season 2 of that. This guy is going to be very busy over at Walt Disney Studios. That is for sure. All right, so that is all we have for the Kevin Feige talk. But this episode is not just about the Kevin Feige talk. It is a look forward to Phase 4 and beyond. So what I have for you here is basically a list of everything that is coming out in Phase 4 and beyond. Possibly all of this is in Phase 4, but we don't know for sure yet. So I'm going to read off the entire list of everything that is coming out in Phase 4.
Okay.
And I need you to give me your top 3.
Okay.
Okay? I need you to give me your top 3 in the order of most anticipated. Okay, so WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and also you guys in the chat, send in chat your top 3. What are the top 3 that you guys are most looking forward to in Phase 4? So we have WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, What If, Eternals, Ms. Marvel, Hawkeye, Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I'm not even halfway through, Thor Love and Thunder, this is just one phase, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, She-Hulk, I'm still going, Moon Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Holiday Special, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Fantastic Four, Blade, I'm still going, and I Am Groot.
Oh my lord.
What are your
I
top
think number
3?
1 honestly might be, I'm very intrigued by Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be really cool, the whole horror aspects that they're going with. I'm sure it's not going to be like something like ridiculously scary. If there was going to be another rated R MCU movie other than Deadpool 3, I could see it being that.
Mm-hmm.
Did they? Did they say
rumors? There's rumors that that's why Scott Derrickson left. That he wanted to make it R rated, and they didn't want him to. Yeah, it's just rumors. Just completely rumors.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Doctor Strange. I'm excited for WandaVision. Actually, I'm excited to see like what is going on, and I know nothing about what's it called, Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that too. Is there ever going to be? Have they ever talked about? Isn't there like a Secret Wars like with Spider-Man and like everybody? Or is it? It's not the same thing, right? I know that's not like a thing they announced or anything.
Secret Wars is a different thing.
Okay, but they haven't said anything about that, right?
Not yet.
Okay, I didn't think so.
They kind of they did a little mini arc on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. called Secret Warriors, where they kind of played with the idea, but they've never done it straight on before. But that's probably something that will be coming.
Danielle said Hawkeye, Black Panther 2, and Guardians Volume 3. Black Panther 2, they just said, or did he say that they're not? He won't be. Obviously they're not recasting him, but he won't be CGI'd or in Black Panther 2 in general. Like the character,
like the character T'Challa will not be in Black Panther 2, which is what I wanted them to do in what's it called? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had my sorry, Danielle. I had my mic away from my mouth because I was taking a sip of water. What I did not want them to do with Rise of Skywalker was just kill off Leia in the opening crawl. Like, just simplify it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm happy with what they did. I loved what they did for the character. Having her last moments be with R2, like that was cool. But still, it didn't need to be. It overcomplicated it, I think.
Did they, real quick, as totally off topic, Rise of Skywalker book question on Audible, did they just pull Did they just pull Ian McDermott's voice from the movie and put it in the Audible?
No,
I thought it sounded a lot like him.
Yeah. Crap. I wanted to talk about this at the very beginning. So starting soon on, gosh, maybe we'll bring Council back, but I kind of want to do it on this one because I've been doing them so much. I want to start just doing quick reviews of the novels that I've been reading, because I have been, and TJ too, we've been me and TJ share a joint Audible account because it's just easier to take in the books that way.
Which sorry, real quick, it is a really good deal, by the way. Like, I don't know how many people you can have on an account, like in one, like, what is it called, warehouse or something like that?
I think it's called something like that. Yeah, it's some weird thing like that.
But like I had accumulated like 5 credits just because I hadn't bought anything. But like even like I canceled my membership, I think, at one point, and I could still listen to everything. that I had in the
like
library.
once you have the book, you like have the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, TJ had like 5 credits and I had like 4 credits. So we got a lot of the new Star Wars books. We like I've read a bunch of them, and TJ has read some of them too. I would love if Audible sponsored us. Are you kidding me? Send me all the books a month in advance, like Christian Harloff gets. What's it called? But yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that because I'm freaking going through them. I've read 2 this week.
That's what you said. I was like, "Jeez."
I'm almost done. I'm almost done with. I'm a little more than halfway through done with the Revan book, which is my first ever. No, not my first ever. Technically, my first ever Legends. Back in middle school, I read the original Thrawn trilogy, but that was before it was Legends. That was just like Star Wars books, basically. Gotcha. But yeah, now that it's all Legends and stuff, this is the first time I've gone out of my way to read that. Because this kid Cameron, who works at my job, he's been reading it, and I was like, I bet you if I listen to the Audible, he's got like less than a quarter left. I said, I bet you if I listen to the Audible, I could finish this before you do. Yeah. And he was like,
do you listen on 1 time speed, or do you listen faster?
No, I listen on 3 times speed.
No,
I'm just kidding. No, I listen at 1.25. That's the same thing I listen to my podcast at. It just quickens it up a little bit, but you don't lose any of the tone or pacing. Like it's Revan was like an 11-hour book, and with the 1.25, it became like a 9-hour and 40-minute book. Like it doesn't trim. Okay. It doesn't trim that much. But it's significant. But yeah. So I think maybe we'll start that next week, or we'll figure out, when we want to finish up the Mandalorian reviews with Planet Council.
Oh, at some point. We gotta do that.
And then we will, and then probably when we do that, we'll review some of these books. But I will definitely be reviewing the books, in the first few minutes of this show, just because that's what I've been doing pretty much. That's why I haven't watched that many movies lately, because I've been reading so much. But yeah,
I haven't watched like anything.
I haven't watched a movie since.
Did I ever tell you what I thought about Avatar?
Last Airbender? No, I don't think so.
Last Airbender, very good show. I wish I would have watched this when I was younger. I watched like episodes here and there when I was a kid, when it was just like on Nickelodeon. But when I had started like started the first season, and then I like left it for like a while, and then I came back, I don't know, a month or 2 ago or whatever. I think it was last month. And I just like binged it and like the rest of it in like a week or 2. And that show, like the first season's like it is like kiddish, but the next 2 seasons gets like pretty serious. And I was actually like,
and who is the showrunner on Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know who the showrunner was on Avatar: The Last Airbender? Dave Filoni.
Was it Dave Filoni?
Yeah, that's it. Dave Filoni, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
That's what got him the Clone Wars job.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Avatar.
Wow.
That's hilarious. That. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't do Korra, did he? I didn't watch that.
Because he was over at Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he finished out the run on Avatar, but I know he was for basically most of it. But I can't remember how long Avatar ran and then when Clone Wars started.
I wanted to watch the movie, but I heard it's awful, so I didn't. Did you watch it? The M. Night one?
When it came out, like back in the day.
Oh.
Dev Patel was good, but I mean, Dev Patel's always good. That was pretty much it, though.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I will say real quick, too, my top 3... I'm actually going to agree with Danielle on this. Okay. I think I'm going to say this is in no particular order. I would say Doctor Strange 2, Hawkeye, and honestly, Armor Wars. I'm so excited for Armor Wars.
Who is that again?
Bro,
Don Cheadle, right?
Yeah, it's a roadie show. I've been calling for a roadie movie or a roadie show for years. I'm so excited to see what that, and if the rumors are true that they're bringing back Justin Hammer in that show, like that, if we get Rhodey and Sam Rockwell, Oh my God. If it's just more, I understand the flaws. I am a big Iron Man 2 fan. I just think that the how chaotic that movie is and like how all over the place that movie is. I love the energy of that movie.
The thing with Hawkeye, not like the show, just the character in general, it suffers for me the same thing as Black Widow did. Like at the end of Endgame when she, spoiler, dies, just didn't feel anything. Because there was never like Iron Man, like you've seen that character in how many movies? Like Black Widow, you've seen in a lot of movies, but she never had her own standalone until obviously now she does. But like same thing with Hawkeye is like I never felt like I cared for the character as much as I did like the other characters. I think it's for me that way because they never had their own standalone movie or anything like that where it's solely focused on them.
Well, maybe this is the thing is that Black
this
Widow.
Could be it, yeah.
Black Widow you can watch, but it's too late for you, TJ. You can't go back on her. But Hawkeye you can watch and you can appreciate him moving forward. There you go. Unless he dies.
You never know. Quick pivot. Did you see that there's talks that Black Widow could be released premiere access and theaters same day?
I did.
Do you think
I've also seen it the last 10 times that's been rumored this year.
Or is it like October?
7th. May 7th.
Oh, May 7th. Oh, okay. So
May 7th, 2021.
Obviously vaccines being distributed slowly, but it's being distributed.
Oh, it's not going to be distributed in time. No way. They're already talking about moving No Time to Die to fall.
Oh, yeah.
And that's in April. Like that's not that far off from Black Widow. And again, I think it's one of those things they can't push it again. They're MGM is a different story. MGM, if they don't make a lot of money back on No Time to Die, MGM will cease to exist.
MGM said they didn't even get half of what they were asking for No Time to Die.
Yeah,
people weren't even offering $300 million.
Yeah, exactly. Like MGM, like not even an exaggeration. MGM as a company will literally cease to exist if that movie does not make a good amount of money. So they have to keep pushing it. They don't have a choice. Feige, he's like, we just need to get this ball rolling because whatever it is, because they both got delayed. I do not think, without a doubt, I think that for some reason the general audience has to watch Black Widow before they can watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because that's why, remember, back to the Super Bowl, not this year anymore, but, just a little bit under a year ago, Falcon and Winter Soldier was the first show up. That was always going to be the first show. And then they had to flip-flop it because Black Widow got delayed. There's something in Falcon and Winter Soldier that we need to know to watch, or there's something in Black Widow that we need to know. Yeah. Clearly. Or they just like the story goes off of it, but either way. So they cannot keep pushing that movie. So I think now more than ever, I think the premiere.
How much do you think
makes sense?
Mulan price?
If they're doing, back when I was thinking premiere access only, I was like $50.
50, yeah.
With premiere access and theatrical, like maybe a little more than Mulan. I would say I would pay $34.99 for it. I mean, there was people that paid $30 for Mulan. You know what I mean? Hike that up a little bit. Make a little bit more chunk of change.
How long?
You know what I mean?
Well, actually, no, because I feel like Mulan's not Black Widow. Because I was like, how long until they release it Disney Plus? But they're not going to do that unless you.
It's not going to be like
unless it's
Mulan.
Like years from now.
It's not going to be like Mulan where it was like 2 months later after you paid all that money. I think Black Widow. I think they would probably do like a premiere access release, then wrap up the theatrical, then do a Blu-ray and physical release, then put it on Disney Plus. That's what I would think. Then put it on Disney Plus for the masses. Give it like 5 months. That was the main complaint about Premiere Access was you paid all that money and then it just went out on Disney Plus like 2 months later. Make it 5 months. I mean, if you want to, but don't take away the Premiere Access option. Like, let somebody pay for Black Widow early until you put it on there. You know what I mean? Like, don't be like, well, you can only buy it for a month and then it's gone. And then you either have it or you don't. You know what I mean? Leave that option open so you can make as much money as possible, because that's really what it is. They just need to make as much money as possible on these titles. Otherwise, it's all gonna freaking die. Like, it's all gonna die off.
I saw like that they said that Disneyland is being used for like a vaccine spot or something like that.
They said vaccine super center. That they're gonna be. I mean, think about all that square footage.
You take right through Cinderella's castle, get your vaccine.
Yeah, then you take the monorail down to Tronland. Jeff Bridges is over there handing out free blankets for you. For every vaccine, you get a free blanket. And Jeff Bridges will tell you your future. All right. So to close out the show here, I got one little thing left that we could do. This is actually, I'll give credit where credit is due. This is thedirect.com. They're a great news organization for film and geeky stuff. They cover Star Wars, DC, Harry Potter, all the big franchises, and just film in general. It's from thedirect.com. This is MCU 15 biggest questions we want answered ahead of Marvel's Phase 4. Now, I don't need you to answer these, because this is, we're hoping that these. I want you to tell me, do you care? Do you care about these questions?
Okay.
And then maybe if you want to do a little tiny answer, you can as well. But the main thing is, do you care? So, Question number 1. What does a post-blip world look like? And then it says, we're looking for that answer from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Do you care about that? Do you feel like we got enough of that already in Spider-Man?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same.
I
just thought this was funny that like they did these like 15 burning questions that, and I'm like,
Spider-Man was like the same. What was different about it?
Yeah, it was just that one kid was older now, and he was a
that was
dick.
it.
That was it.
I honestly like I as much as the Avengers like to save the world and how it affects all of these other people, I don't really care that so much. I forgot, as Danielle says, the blip was so BS in Spider-Man. I do remember having a problem with it. I forgot what it was, and I tried to explain it away, but I think she had a point. I don't remember what the point was, but it was.
Well, Danielle, if you remember your point about the blip, send it to us, because we can talk about it here. All right, next question.
Oh, the whole class happened to all blip. Okay.
What is it? What? The whole class? She said
the whole class happened to. I think it was like. I don't remember. She might come in here and maybe she'll come in here and say it.
Oh, surprise appearance.
Okay, next question.
Next question. So this is one I will say I do care. Okay. So this is another one that they said we want the answer from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Is Steve Rogers dead? If not, where is he? Do you care?
I feel like no, because I feel like I don't think he's coming back.
Mm-hmm. You just think he's done.
Happened to be that everyone in the main cast of Spider-Man happened to have the blip. It was very convenient that it was.
It was only like 4 of the main people. It was only like 4 of the main people. The rest of the class all changed.
4 of the main people.
It was Ned, Flash, MJ, and Peter. Oh, and hang on, and what's her name? And Betty, right?
And
the blonde
Betty?
girl.
Yeah.
That Ned dates. So like 5 of them. 5 of them.
5 of them, he said.
Just the entire friend group.
She said just the entire friend group.
Yeah.
Not one of them. Just the one.
What's it called? All right.
It's funny because you'll see how delayed the show is because I said that like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Why did Bucky stay in the present?
We don't have to do all these, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one I don't even care about. It's just like, why did Bucky stay in the present unlike Steve? Because he did. Like, I don't know. Like, what? Like, I don't even understand. This one I do find interesting. This one I would like to get the answer to. Are the Sokovia Accords or some form of government like interference or monitoring with superheroes still in effect? So like the Sokovia Accords, obviously the accords that everybody signed, well, not everybody, from Civil War, with the events of Endgame and all that, you know what I mean? is is Thunderbolt Ross still out there being like, I'm gonna arrest you, Vision? Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of these questions that they're saying are questions that will be addressed, but they'll be addressed in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Like they're not gonna spend an entire episode or movie or whatever explaining them.
Yeah.
So
what will the fallout of Spider-Man's identity reveal be? Nothing. I think Doctor Strange is going to undo time travel. Yeah.
Okay. See, now I'm actually interested in that because at the end of the movie, I was like,
I think well, I mean, don't get me wrong. In Spider-Man 3, yes, obviously there will be huge ramifications. Peter's going to be on the run, all this stuff. I think it's going to get undone at the end of the movie. I think it's either going to get undone by this guy, or I think it is going to be 3 different Spider-Men saving New York, and they're like, how are there 3? There's 3 Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker's standing over there. What? Like, I think it's gonna be like, oh, I think maybe we got the wrong guy. Well, whatever. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be that kind of a thing. Yeah. Like similar, you know, I remember one time in Batman 66, Batman had Alfred wear the Batsuit when Bruce Wayne had to show up somewhere. That kind of a thing.
My Lord.
This is one I am interested in. Is Mysterio truly dead?
Yes.
Or is he alive?
You think he's dead? No, I don't think he's dead. I'm very interested. Sorry.
Yes. No, same. Yeah. I also don't think he's dead.
I think he's part of the Sinister Six, and I think the Sinister Six is made up of villains from these other different universes.
Yes. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, was Willem Dafoe a rumor? Was that a rumor? I hope that's true.
I mean, right now it's a rumor. Yeah, the only one that's seemingly been confirmed is Alfred Molina. Of the villains, I mean.
Because every so often that a video on Twitter comes up when he blows up the side of the building, goes, finish it. Yeah.
Deliver us.
I hope he comes
from
back.
Evil. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Finish it. I will say this, actually. We're kind of going to work on what our new closing out of the show will be, but I will say this. Today, the closing out of our show is a quote of Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn. That is what I'll say.
Don't bring back what's his name? Dane DeHaan.
No. We do not talk about Dane DeHaan in this house.
Oh my god.
What exactly? Okay, this is one that I strongly do not want the answer to. Mm-hmm. What exactly is it that makes someone worthy or unworthy of wielding Mjolnir? I absolutely really do not want that. Just say, Jane Foster is a pure person who's like pure of heart or something like that. Just say something like that. I do not want to. I don't want to. I love metachlorians. I'm happy that they're in there. I don't want metachlorians for Thor's hammer. You know what I mean? I don't want that it's some sort of like
Thor rating was off the chart.
Your T count is off the charts. It's higher than Master Odin.
Yeah.
You believe he's the Nick Fury? You believe he's the one they speak of? Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like that I don't care about. Like, what is Thor doing now that he's not king? He's just chilling, man. Like, he's just chilling.
Willem Dafoe gives me nightmares. Yeah, he used to scare the hell out of me. But I've come to... he's grown on me. He still does scare me, but he's grown on me a little bit.
Oh, wait, Michelle says, I think Dafoe will be an end credit scene. I think it's the opposite, actually. I think that Willem Dafoe will be in the film. I think that Willem Dafoe will meet up with our universe's Norman, who I think will be Giancarlo Esposito. That's what I think.
God.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be like, Norman, we have to talk. And he says, and then he'll turn around and say, Norman. Like, whoa. That kind of thing.
Do you think, this is just a question, do you think Marvel, do you think they'll ever get the rights to use Miles or no?
to use Miles? They already have the rights.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they have all the rights to Spider-Man, yeah.
Well, because Sony makes I didn't know if they're the only ones that had.
No, yeah, they can
because they made the
use
game
any
and
of them.
Everything.
Yeah, they can use any of them. I think it'd probably be. I think we could.
That'd be years. I think from now.
I don't even think so. I think
you think Spider-Man 3 possibly?
I think possibly Spider-Man 3. Yeah. I think
that'd be tough to keep.
I have said this the whole time about Spider-Man 3. Nobody has been rumoring it. I think it's absolutely possible that I think for sure in some form or another, I think Jake Johnson might show up in live action as Peter B. Parker from that movie. I think that nobody is talking about that. He is a crazy fan favorite Spider-Man. He's a fan favorite Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I'd say he's more. I mean, we ranked all the Peter Parkers on this show a couple months back. I think he's more of a fan favorite than Andrew Garfield, definitely. Okay, what? Yeah, like I don't care about that. This one could be cool. What does Wakanda being opened up to the rest of the world look like on a more regular basis? Because remember,
I'd like to see that.
The end of the Black Panther first movie was Wakanda. You know, he was like, we're gonna build a sanctuary here in California. Mm-hmm. We're gonna build a research lab over here. Like we're gonna open up and stuff. And then we really only saw it from within Wakanda in Infinity War. We didn't see what it looks like. What is Wakanda's impact on everything else?
That'd be cool.
Oh, this is a huge one that everybody's gonna want to know. Where did 2014 Gamora go after the battle?
Yeah.
I mean that's clearly going to be what Guardians 3 is entirely about. But yeah, I mean you got to find that out. What else can the quantum realm really do? Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I would be very interested.
I think I've said this to you before. Ant-Man and that just those movies just never grab me.
Really? I love the Ant-Man. I love the Ant-Man movie.
I think they're cool. They usually have like a pretty big concept that is integral to the universe. Mm-hmm. But they just never. I don't know.
Wow.
I say that you take every possible iteration of every Marvel character that's ever been, and you put them all in one movie. So you take Square Enix's MCU, where you got the discount Thor and Black Widow and Hulk and Iron Man, and you throw them into the MCU, and you bring back everybody, and then you put them all together.
Also, can I ask a question?
Okay.
Wasn't it supposed to be that Sony pre-orders got Spider-Man?
They're still... I think that was 2021. They said it was supposed to be... It was going to be a thing.
I don't even think they're going to do it. I think that game... Dude, I think they're just giving up on that
game. The game has... I mean, very quick pivot. They... Remember what, like, a few months ago when they said they had lost 75% of their player base? Mm-hmm. Like, that game, man, I haven't touched it. I don't know about you. I haven't touched it since we played, like, however many months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come out. It's but even like the Spider, it's not the Spider-Man that you have played.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different Spider-Man. Yeah. And the thing also that
haven't they not even added Hawkeye yet? I mean, they added Kate Bishop, but they didn't add Clint.
I don't think Hawkeye's out yet. No. Like if the Spider-Man gameplay is not like the 2018 game, it's like what's the point?
Or even like close to it,
or even close to like Miles or anything. Like it's like because those games are so like with that Arkham fight style, like everything is such to a T with that you can't live up to it. But yeah I don't know. Maybe if they get the upgrade out for PS5, then I'll play it again because again we know on PS4 it ran like garbage.
Very quick. We said the new slogan for the show is one topic, two hosts, 90 minutes. We're about at the 90-minute mark. The logo went a little bit long today, so I'll throw this in right here at the last second. A little bit of Star Wars news here, dropping right now. Insiders are reporting that Kathleen Kennedy holds this character as a personal favorite, as well as obviously Dave Filoni's existing affection for it. Reports are saying that Star Wars has big plans for fan favorite Captain Rex in many upcoming projects, both in animated and live action, played by Tamora Morrison. What are your quick thoughts on that? Big plans for Rex.
Played by Tamora Morrison?
They said that Rex would most likely appear in animated projects, played obviously by D. Bradley Baker, and then also in live action, played by Tamora Morrison. Reportedly, this is the headline here, Star Wars reportedly has big plans for fan favorite Captain Rex in many upcoming projects. What are your thoughts on that?
Good,
exactly, yeah.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, why was he not in Mandalorian season 2? That's my reaction to it. Bring him in, slap a white beard on Tamora. That's all you need to do. No, but yeah, I'm sure he's going to be in Bad Batch. I'm sure he's going to be definitely in Ahsoka. He's going to be absolutely the right-hand character in Ahsoka, if not the co-lead of Ahsoka. I don't know how you would do an Ahsoka show without Rex being in every episode. And then I think he could show up in Mandalorian. And then he's definitely going to be in whatever the Search for Ezra show they do, whether that's live, whatever the Rebels sequel is, whether that's animated or live action. So yeah, that's 4 projects right there. Obviously this is just rumor at this point coming from, insider sources, nothing named, of course. But yeah, just to close out the show, really cool information. And obviously, like it says, fan favorite character. Yeah, absolutely. All right. I think that will do it for this week's show. We went about, 92 minutes, but hey, nobody's perfect. What did you guys think of the episode? Tell us what you think by tweeting us at Planet Film Pod or commenting on this episode's Instagram post on the Instagram page, also at Planet Film Pod. Go ahead and comment right there. Make it as long as you want. Twitter, make sure you stay within 280 characters. But let us know what you thought. Be a part of the conversation. And again, guys, make sure you are liking this video and sharing it on your social medias to anybody that you guys know that loves film, that loves Star Wars, loves Marvel, loves franchises, loves small independent films, anything like that. But I think that will do it for this episode. Again, as always, my name is Sean. Twitter handle right there at Pasting and Yak. And my co-host, as always, is...
I'm TJ, at TJ_Cornwall on Twitter.
There you go.
And then Letterboxd, everything else in the description below.
All right, and that will do it for this week's episode of Planet Film. Stay safe and always remember, finish it!